Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. Today we are going to talk about MPC Sample. This brand new toy aisle version of the iconic beat-making cash register can be considered to be Akai's return to the minimalist workflows and aesthetics of first-gen MPCs, which, funnily enough, makes it look like it was made by teenage engineering. At the first glance, all music production gear will be calculated shaped by 2030. The cutest MPC to ever grace tiny desks of urban rental apartments, coffee shop tables and airplane seat trays comes without the DAW in a box operating system of its contemporary siblings and puts a strong focus on internal microphone ASMR, playing crusty boom bap samples on microscopic pads with aftertouch, adding trademark Akai FX using an archaic routing system, somewhat sophisticated performance tools, and the sequencer-like flex beat, and, well, cramming beats and arrangement into one single track. You've heard that right. The up to 128 samples of every project need to share one sequencer lane without proper step sequencing facilities and a very old-school step edit mode as the only way to modify patterns in non-real time. The little machine comes without the Akai plugins we know and love, but the rudimentary envelopes and per-pad filters allow for basic sound design. There are, however, many of the workflow staples MPC aficionados love since the 80s, like note repeat, 16 levels which can be applied to other parameters like pitch, and there is the usual quantization and time correction. Modern amenities like time stretch are much appreciated, as are the essential resampling and chop functionalities. The aforementioned main FX sound awesome, but there is no traditional send or insert system. You can just perform them with pads, or put a selection of samples through one of the algorithms. Song mode is great, but not for me. The whimsicality of the internal speaker is only surpassed by the armrest. There is no serious MIDI routing for controlling multiple external instruments, which is a shame. The full-sized input and output jacks are a nice touch, and I like the multifunctional old-school fader, given the indisputable fact that every tech company is spying on you anyway. The 25-second buffer of the sample recall is a convenient addition. Sample is shipped with 2 gigs of RAM, which is okay for what's on the menu, and the 8 gigs of internal memory can conveniently be expanded with a micro SD card. Just like its Swedish doppelganger, Sample is available in the $300 to $400 price bracket, with a nice non-touch display, presumably pushing up prices a bit. The little MPC is notoriously out of stock, so thanks to Italo Brutalo for lending me one of the 2 samples he added to his vast collection. After 2 years of teenage engineering dominating the market for MPC-inspired novelty toys, Akai is back with a vengeance. Is it a real instrument or just too cute for professional music production? You have already heard the little MPC in today's intro tune. I managed to get the arrangement in there somehow, but had to mix it inside the box. Still far from ideal. Time to explore the factory sounds and make beats like it's the late 80s. That was even more retro than I had anticipated. Pick a sample, play it in real time, minimal edits and a touch of FX. That's all. Refreshing but also very limiting. Speaking of limitations, it seems like MIDI was an afterthought in the design process. I wanna know if we can make it work anyways and employ a few workarounds to make polyphony a little more accessible. That was seriously disappointing. Controlling external instruments via MIDI is borderline impossible, and FX routings don't really make sense for everything beyond a simple beat. Let's work around it by adding a few plugins in the DAW and enjoy the more than usable time stretch in It's basically an 80s machine, so we better make some 80s music. No, I mean the real 80s, perfection loop-based synthwave brutalism. Verdict. I find it hard to deliver a verdict on sample. Yes, it brings back the simple joys of classic MPC beatmaking instead of giving you a more tedious DAW, but in its current form the primitive sequencer, FX routing and lackluster MIDI implementation are definitely a buzzkill. All that being said, it sounds great and is super approachable for both seasoned Akai veterans and total beginners, making it an ideal travel companion and sidekick for adding a little MPC flavor to a larger setup. I might not be the target group for professional toys like this, but it is deeply amusing to see that the most heavily contested segment of the 2026 music tech market is cute little pocket calculator shaped sampling machines. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and use one of the links down below that support the channel regardless of what your gas commands you to buy.